Hello everybody, we're here today with Mr. Sergej Simoniti, head of Insurance Supervisory Authority in Slovenia, and we're gonna touch a subject that isn't quite that often found in Europe, microinsurance. Microinsurance, please give us a little bit more details on how you see that working.
Well, basically, I see that there is a big opportunity with insurance both for the industry and for the consumers. The microinsurance is the result of the technological advances which enable the insurers to significantly lower the acquisition costs. Basically, to put it very simply, with a mobile phone now you can reach the whole populations which have not been properly covered by insurance, and you can conclude the insurance cover with minimum costs.
So now the technology actually allows microinsurance to become more popular comparing to the past years.
Exactly. The technology gave us a tool how to reach the strata of potential consumers which did not have really a proper access to insurance.
So in which fields do you see this working, the whole microinsurance approach?
Well, microinsurance basically is intended to cover only really the basic risks of the clients. I mean, historically we have seen the application of microinsurance, especially in agricultural insurance, in fire insurance, but I don't see it why it could not be applied also in other lines of business such as motor hull.
Motor hull, that's interesting because, as the car gets older, the smaller the chances are that it can be insured.
Well, the idea is, of course, not to have a comprehensive motor hull coverage, but I'm speaking here about total loss only coverage. So basically, if you have a country or an area where you don't have the public transportation system, it's essential that the people can move around, and for such people, it's very important that they can insure their motor vehicles. So what I'm talking about is if there is a 15-20 years old car which is valued at 200-300 euros, if this car is destroyed, there is the total loss of this car, that the owner can get 200-300 euros to be able to replace it.
So do you believe that the customers, actually, the owners of such cars, for example, would be interested if they have an interesting opportunity or an interesting product in the market?
Well, in any case, I do believe that we need to raise the consumer awareness of such products. But yes, if you can get really the products which are covering really the essential needs of the customers for an affordable price, yes, I do believe there is a place on the market for this.
Why didn't insurance companies actually think of this earlier to take advantage of this opportunity?
Well, actually, I do believe they have thought about it earlier, but they applied the concept of microinsurance in Asia, in Africa, in South America. But I do believe there is a huge potential also in Europe. I know especially Southeastern Europe, i.e., the countries of former Yugoslavia and Albania. But I'm sure that there is a huge potential market for that. I do believe that the insurers were too rigid in approach to these markets. They tried to introduce Western European products which sometimes are not really appropriate for those markets.
And maybe sometimes too pricey.
Yes, of course, because with the comprehensive coverage, the price is connected with the breadth of the coverage.
So, do you know any companies, without giving names, that would be interested in taking this approach?
Well, I have been discussing with a couple of companies based in Slovenia, and I have talked also with my colleagues from Austria, and I do believe, yes, that of course all the companies are looking for new markets, and if this could prove to be an opportunity, yes, I think they would be interested.
How do you believe we could make this microinsurance topic more popular among the public and for the insurers also?
Well, my idea is to start a sort of forum in this respect, to organize an event which in autumn in Ljubljana, in Slovenia, where I would invite all the main stakeholders, i.e. the industry, the politicians who are interested in raising the level of insurance coverage in the society, the supervisors, which we have to ensure that these principles are applied in a reasonable way, and the consumers, because basically they would have to benefit from the concept.
Does it also involve a change in regulation?
Yes, of course, it will need to involve also some change of regulation, because if we are talking about European regulation, we are talking about the principle of proportionality. And of course, because if we want to cut the costs so that the products are affordable, we will need to avoid some real obstacles in the regulation. I don't have a clear view now on how to do it, but yes, we will have to use the principle of proportionality in an appropriate way.
Okay, thank you very much. Hopefully, this will eventually become a reality, and probably there are a lot of clients who would be interested to cover certain risks if the price is right, and maybe in this way also increase the insurance penetration especially in the Central and Eastern European area.
Thank you very much.